To prosecutors, Ruth wrote that it was an assassination attempt on Trump, but, quote, I failed you. Prosecutors also say he offered $150,000 to whomever can, quote, complete the job. The filing also showed authorities who searched Ruth's car found a handwritten note listing dates and venues where Trump was scheduled to appear. The new information surfaced as prosecutors pushed for Ruth to remain in jail. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker says the new information from the note could also lead to more serious charges.
They may not come today, but they're going to use all this evidence, and there's other evidence as well, to hold him on no bond. They don't want him getting out. They have to make a case to the judge that he's a danger to the public or himself, and there's a flight risk.
Now, in a previous statement, Trump has accused the Justice Department of mishandling and downplaying the incident, saying the charges brought so far are a, quote, slap on the wrist. Trace?
Jeff, thank you. Well, the countdown continues. 64 days, and Kamala Harris has yet to do a formal press conference since emerging as the Democratic nominee. And many voters are asking, where is Kamala? Ashley Strohmeyer is live with that story. Ashley, good evening.
Hi, Trace. It has now been 64 days since Kamala Harris became the presumptive Democratic nominee, and still no formal press conference. We're also learning she is skipping out on another campaign staple, the Al Smith Dinner. It's a white tie event that raises funds for Catholic charities. A campaign aide told The Hill she wants to maximize her time in battleground states instead. Harris is the first Democratic candidate to be invited and then not attend when the Republican did choose to attend in an election year since 1984. Former President Donald Trump blasted the decision on Truth Social, writing, quote, I don't know what she has against our Catholic friends, but it must be a lot, because she certainly hasn't been very nice to them. Any Catholic that votes for Comrade Kamala Harris should have their head examined. That announcement comes as criticism continues over the Democratic nominee's minimal press appearances and lack of specific policy prescriptions. Hillary Clinton, though, doesn't seem to think it's a problem. Watch.
We have lots of policy. At the end of the day, that's not what caused people to vote for me or against me. And I think the Harris campaign knows that.
Harris's senior advisor for communications, Brian Fallon, told Politico over the weekend that people should not read too much into the lack of media appearances, saying they plan to do a mix of things in the near future, including with national news outlets. Trace?
We shall see. Ashley Strohmeyer live for us in New York. Ashley, thank you.
Yep.
Well, the Fox News Tonight Common Sense Department will ask the famous Ronald Reagan question one more time. Are Americans better off today than they were 4 years ago? Common Sense is asking the question again because Kamala Harris is not answering the question again. And her campaign doesn't think she has to answer the question again. In fact, Harris advisor Keisha Lance Bottom says when it comes to Harris dodging the media, quote, she's a very busy person. Busy person? Common Sense would argue that running for president is inherently a busy job. Answering questions is part of that job. It's how voters decide if you're qualified for the job. But even the Harris campaign spokesperson Ian Sams won't answer the question. Instead, he does what every Democrat does, blames Donald Trump. Because when you don't have an answer, blaming Trump is the answer. And even the media is allowing Harris to stonewall. Heck, the media is helping her build the stone wall. CNN's Dana Bash thinks voters might be holding Vice President Harris to an unfair standard. So suddenly it's unfair to ask the wannabe president why she wants to be president? Common Sense understands the vice presidency is busy.